this is a wonderful place for me to start a vlog. I'm starting a new dress, guys. Okay, so this video was filmed all the way back in October. So what you are seeing here was a very long time ago now. I've just been very lazy with recording and uploading, so let's ignore that. I have completed another dress since then, and that video will be uploaded soon, hopefully. And you will also hear me talk a lot about uni in this video, so just ignore anything I say because there will be an update video on that shortly. So yeah, enjoy the video. Our new topic is say. So we're basically at the start of this project. Let me stand you there. At the start of this project, we got given 20 sayings, I think, and we got to choose 3. And this first, I want to say term, is kind of how our first year started. We've done 2 weeks of research on the sayings, like history of it and stuff. Then we did 2 weeks of fashion. So we did like some illustrations and stuff, which I will show a picture of some of them now. Then we did graphic design, where we designed album covers, like vinyl album covers. Again, some examples that I did. And then we have just completed, well, still doing, should I say, fine art, which we basically made collages for. Again, here are some of them. I hate collage. We've just turned them into paintings, which was actually quite fun. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm getting my patterns done now because I'm doing some screen printing on my dress, because what I have designed is like a wedding dress style, like silhouette with really horrible mean words on it, which I have written out, and they need to get put on the screens and stuff. I don't really know how it works. I'll hopefully be able to show you how all that works and stuff next week. Half term is the week after next week, and because I'm screen printing, I need to get that done here. So I was like, if I sketch out and draw all my pattern pieces now, then I can figure out how much fabric I need. I can order that, it can come over the weekend, and then next week screen print and I can get everything sorted. I'm gonna do the basic of the dress, so the top and the skirt, and I might do like a little pleating sample just so I know how long that needs to be as well, because I'm not great at that. When I did pleating last year, I just kind of guessed. So let's go. These are the pattern blocks that we use in college, and they're very helpful. This one's just like a basic women's wear. So it basically has different like preset measurements. So this is up to the hip line, and then you kind of just curve it ever so slightly, so it's like a tight fitted skirt, if that makes sense. So instead of following this line, I'm gonna follow this line to the hip, so it's tight on my hip, and then flare it out a little bit, not quite as drastically as that, but flare it out literally just a little bit, so it's not quite as tight. Okay, so this is what I meant. Let me just bring it down. This is where the line originally goes. So it goes here, and then you just follow it all the way straight. I have gone from the furthest point of the the furthest point of the hip, and followed that line and just extended it. So down here is a lot wider than it should be. Putting this out, I'm gonna have a little update and have a chat. Right, so obviously I am now in foundation, which is bloody terrifying. I used to do the foundation course because it was a better option for me, because when everyone was applying for uni last year, I was like, I don't want to do that, that's really scary, that's too big girl. And I wasn't ready to work full time, I didn't want to take a gap year, they just weren't options for me. So when I found out about the foundation course, I was like, yes, that is what I want to do, because I can still be in college, which is what I need. I need the routine of college. If I wasn't in college or anything, I'd stop doing fashion, and I don't want to stop doing fashion. A lot of people I know have gone to uni this year because this was technically like our year to go to uni. And like I said, I wasn't ready for that when everyone was applying. When everyone was applying, I was like, this is not what I want to do. It's too soon. But now I'm seeing everyone go, I think it's what I want to do. I'm 0.5 in it so you can see both of them. But this is what we've got. So this is the front. This is your dart. These gaps here are your seam allowances. So these lines here are my actual measurements, and then you go 1 centimetre out, so you've got your seam allowance so you can attach it, because obviously, hold on, when you sew it you need to sew 2 bits together, so it'll end up going like this. So you give yourself at least 1 centimetre, and then this is on the fold, so when I cut it out of fabric I'll fold it so then it creates 2, and then I'll open it up and they'll be connected. Same with this, really easy. I have added an extra, I think I did an extra 0.5 centimetre on these 2 sides because I'm going to add a zip on the side. I was going to do it on the back, but I did it on the back for the wave related dress that I did, and it went really, like, when I put it on, not when I sewed it, it was absolutely fine, it was straight, it was beautiful, and then when I put it on me, it kind of went like a zigzag like this, which I didn't like, so I'm going to try and do it on the side this time and hope that that changes something. Part of me absolutely hates pattern cutting and part of me loves it, but I'm on the last piece and I have 10 minutes to get it done, and this is probably going to be the most complicated because I have to try and figure out how to do the bottom bit, but I do know what I'm doing. It's just going to take a couple of tries. I'm going to talk while I'm taping because a lot has happened, a lot has gone wrong. So yesterday the plan was, well no, let's start from the beginning because I never updated you on that. Here on Tuesday I was doing this exact same thing that you saw me doing. So yeah, I came in Tuesday to do that, and then I hadn't had an induction for it, so I had to do all the induction. I went through all that induction and then came back upstairs, and my tutor who's in here, called Pam, bless her soul, I love her so much, was like, oh, come in tomorrow and we can be doing it all day. And I was like, I have an interview, because I had a job interview yesterday. I was like, I have an interview at 1 o'clock. She's like, oh yeah, that's fine. Come in the morning and we'll do it then. So I come in the morning and I go to my first lesson, and my tutor goes, oh, we've got a HE thing that starts at 9:30. And I was like, that's the time I'm meant to be meeting Pam. So I said to her, I was like, I'm meant to be doing screen printing at 9:30. And she was like, oh, go find Pam, because this is something that we all need to do. And I was like, what actually is it? How long is it going to take? And she had no idea. And neither did anyone else. So we went in the HE building, and it was basically like a whole taster day. I did that, and then I'm sitting. I'm done taping, so I'm gonna sit. So yeah, we had to do that, and it was like I said, like a taster day. And I was like, oh my god, I can't even do this now. I can't do this until 1 o'clock later because we have a 2-hour like talk again. So I need to do this. The whole reason of the whole point of me doing this week was so it was done for next week, because next week is half term. What it all looks like taped off. For some reason a weird line came out of it, and obviously I don't want that printing, so you have to like cover everything that's yellow, because the yellow bit's the bit that gets printed. So that is all done now. The fabric's all ironed. It doesn't look like it, but this is how we're looking. We've got all the freaks down. Ink here. It's scary, but I'm doing it. Pam's in the back cleaning them all, but this is how we've got so far. There's a few little mistakes, as you can see, but that's okay. Some of them have come out a bit more faded, and some of them have come out a lot more vibrant. This is really fun. My mum's going to be very jealous when I show her these videos. Also, here's a fit check. I'm in a lab coat because I don't trust the aprons, and I'm wearing a white shirt, which is probably a bad idea, but oh well. Okay, so I remixed some ink. I did 2 pots. That was the one oh my god, I can't speak. That was the one I fully finished, and that one was the one I've just started. And we did it for Slag and Bitch, and I haven't mixed it to the correct proportions, so I didn't put enough pigment in it. So where you see Slag and Bitch, it is very extremely faded, but I actually quite like it. The contrast is quite nice, so it's okay. Everything's okay. This is where we're stopping right now. We're going to reflect. I think another one should go there for definite, maybe there as well. But over here looks pretty good. There could be one here, but like I said, I'm not going to use the whole bit of the fabric. We need to catch up. Our hand-in day is Thursday, and it's currently Monday, and I have done nothing to do with my dress. But good reason. We've just had a week off and I've been working every day. My last shift was yesterday, so I don't have work to hold me back. Nothing's holding me back. I'm gonna get it all done. Today, I was meant to start sewing earlier this morning and I just did it. Right now, I'm going to in as much as I can. Took way longer than it should have done, but pleating is done. Now comes the task of trying to sew it all together. I'm trying to figure out how to do it because I've got a hidden zip that I need to add in, hopefully at college tomorrow, if not Wednesday, and I don't know how to do it. I've done the base of it, so we've got, it looks really bad, ignore how bad it looks right now, but I've cut all the little extra parts off. So this is like the front of the top. The big bit's really weird though, it's a bit dodgy and I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what's going on with the top, like I don't know how to do it. Maybe I add a little dart into here, maybe that'll fix it. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I need to add a dart into here, I didn't know that. Okay, I'll do that in a minute. Regardless, I've cut all the little extra bits off, so there's no hanging little strings apart from like right at the edges here, but I can't do anything about them right now. The next bit I'm going to do is I've got some boning left over from my last project, which was part of this dress here. So I'm just going to thread some of this through and cut it. But where there is a pleat here, this is how big the pleat is, a bit of this boning will be able to like thread through it and give it a structure. I have all of this plastic boning and essentially I'm just finding where the pleat is and threading it through until it stops, and then I'll trim it, but I'll pull a little bit out because if I trim it right on the edge I won't be able to sew it and it'll be poking out a little bit. So I just, and because you can't really see, I'm going to do like a proper YouTube thing here, but the edges are quite like pokey, so you don't want it to poke through your fabric. Last project I think I put masking tape on it, but I saw someone who burned it, so I'm just going to use my lighter and then just slightly burn the edges of both sides. And then I'm threading it back through the same hole, sewing along this line to hold them all in place, which is what I did at the bottom, which is what's giving it a place to stop. I want like flaps over the top, as I'm going to call them. So it'll go like this. Okay, so today it was very up and down. So I got there and I did what I needed to. I asked Hannah, my tutor, how I should do it, whether I should have attached the like, I keep calling it a flap, but that just sounds really wrong. I'm gonna stick with it, I'm gonna call it a flap. I've just attached the top to the skirt, so now it is like a full flat panel. Tomorrow, oh, an issue. I lost my zip. I could not find it anywhere. When I bought my fabric, I also bought I want to say 50 centimeter white hidden zip, because I've never used a hidden zip before, but it's the sort of dress you don't really want to see a zip down side. So I bought one of those, went to look for it today, gone. I put it in my drawer in like the packaging it came in, and it's just gone. Don't know where it's gone, but it disappeared. So I told Hannah, and she was like, oh, I might have one, I'll have a look. So I was like, please can you like have a look now, because I'm going to town and worst case scenario, if need be, I buy one from there. So she found one, so thankfully I do have a zip. Also, need to point out, someone told me today that my dress looks like a wedding dress. Good, that was the goal. The whole idea of it is to be a really clean, elegant silhouette, and then obviously the words are really harsh and hurtful. I'm just gonna stand in here a minute. I've just overlooked the edges inside, and I've also just had a little tutorial on how to do a hidden zip. is done. All I have left to do is trim the threads. Right, so I have the dress on. I put it on and I was like, it's gonna be perfect, it's gonna be beautiful. Because I was like, oh, my measurements are good. It's not. The waist's fine, the skirt's fine. This top bit here, I've got a bra on, don't worry. It's ginormous. Like, let's just pretend that the top is perfect. It's so cute, it works. I just don't understand how I've managed to do that. So I'm gonna have to like take out, I'm gonna turn it around this way. This is the back, obviously. I'm gonna have to take out this front panel and kind of like, I don't know, maybe I'll just have to pleat it a little bit more, but I don't want to. I think I'm gonna have to take that whole section out here so it can kind of like do that. So I get rid of a whole. I was so ready to be done with it and it'd be perfect, and I don't know, I'm just really stressed now. I've pinned it, I'm trying it on so I know it's gonna work. Pins. Oh, that was poking up, I didn't realise they were poking up. Abby said earlier, you know, this. Do another one of these but make it say the right thing the right way, and stamp it here. My streak lasted a really long time. I don't want to do it, I'm scared. I don't want to do it, I'm scared. I don't want to peel it off. It's fine. It's fine, guys, it's fine. It's fine.